What's up, you guys? Hey, just on a little break, and I don't usually make videos like this, but I wanted to talk about last night with the Rockets. Obviously, it was a big game for us, seating wise. Just showing where we stacked up in the West, and it just didn't go our way. Just a bad night on both ends of the floor. I think we could have been a lot better. Looked like Russ was only player out there after the first quarter that was really trying to make something happen. PJ a little bit, but it's very disappointing, and in my opinion, not too much to take away for where the Rockets are at. I still, for the most part, feel the same way about the team as I did coming into the game. But in the macro sense, I did want to talk about James Harden a little bit. You guys know if you've been watching my videos in January, I had a bunch of them just kind of discussing just how he was playing and how he was struggling and the lack of urgency and a bunch of different things. But I just I wish he could turn things around. I think he's kind of stuck in a funk of a way he's been successful, especially over recent years, and what he needs to do to be successful on the team that he has now. And that can be challenging at times. As much as you guys see how Russ is playing, as much as the spacing has helped him, I also think a change of scenery has helped him. Just not having to feel that burden of being triple double Russ, Mr. Thunder, that everything that he was, especially after KD left, just that taken off of him in a way. That helps, and I'm not here saying that James Harden needs to change the scenery, but I think that he does need to reevaluate how he implements and puts his imprint on each and every Rockets game. I don't think there's any question to me right now that step back three is patented. Step back three is just too high of a dosage of the shots that he takes. Especially when he's not making them, it looks like that. But just even in general, I think with the offense now, the threes we need to be looking for are catch and shoot opportunities. And that doesn't mean James Harden can't get into his bag, go isolation, and shoot some step backs. But it's too often. For every 10 threes he takes, 4 or 5 of them, I'm sorry, that's probably low. I would say probably half of those are step back threes, and I just feel like that should be the case, especially now with his ability for us to create so many more open shots. Again, just when he's struggling, he has so many things he can do, but he's caught up in just I have to shoot these shots or try to get all the way to the basket, and even that's been struggling or difficult for him lately. And that's where you see the Capella threat was a really big deal for him. And just being able to throw that lob when he's going downhill was huge for his game. And again, that's true, but I don't think that's a good enough excuse for some of the way in the games he's been having. To me, he just has too much in his bag. He needs to really implement attacking from different areas on the floor, but scoring in different areas too. If he would score from mid-range, that would open up things so much. Look at Russ. His ability to shoot the mid-range and keep the defense honest allows him to get that. Take that 1 extra step, 2 extra step to get to the basket and finish real quick. But with Harden, when he's dancing, he's either shooting that step back three or he's diving full downhill towards the basket. We've seen him get blocked a lot too lately because of that. The lob threat's not there, and since he's only going to the basket, they know exactly where he's going. There's a lot of space between the 3-point line and the rim, and so when he starts driving, they just got to go to the rim. They don't have to worry about anything else. On the Russ drive, Russ is a threat all the way to the basket. If you just were run to the basket, he'll stop and put a mid-range jumper, 15-foot jumper on you that you got to respect. So Harden would really benefit from just adding that little step back from 15 to 18 feet, stopping and popping. And he can do all this. I think he's just gotten too much in his head and ways he's been successful and these analytics, whatever. And again, the stats, being efficient, all that stuff is important, but sometimes that stuff is poorly implemented when it comes to the actual game of basketball and being having a cohesive offense. Yes, the mid-range shot in theory is an inefficient shot, when you just look at the entirety of players in the league, but it does open up things for your offense and definitely for your star players to have multiple ways to score and keep the defense honest. That's very important. It's very important. So, and I think he's just kind of he knows this. I think it's just a tug of war right now, just with himself, that he's trying to figure out what he needs to do and just trying to still be 35-point James Harden. And that's kind of where I think he's at right now. I still feel the same way about the Rockets. I think we're going to be fine. I still think we're just as much contenders as we were before the game. And I wish we would play the Clippers again, because I would just like to see it again. Last night was just so bad, and we had beaten them 2 other times, and the other game we lost was really close. So I just want to see it again. But Harden, man, I just, you know, I know the Capella, like, clearly the Capella lob was good for him, but if Capella were to mean that much to his offensive game, then he's definitely not the best offensive player of all time that some people try to make him out to be. Which I never thought that was the case, but some people would, especially, you know, maybe some Harden fans. But if Capella meant that much, then he surely is not. And I'm not trying to get on Harden, but I'm saying that to say is that he's good. He's too good to not be able to work through that. I think it's more of just, you know, him being so successful with a certain style of play, and him struggling to make that adjustment because he's been so successful. So, again, I got to get back in here and make some stops, so I just wanted to get this video out to you guys. Thanks for watching. If you're new, be sure to subscribe, please. And I have a bunch of other Rockets videos in my playlist that are much more edited and pretty cool stuff, so go check those out. Appreciate you guys watching. Help me grow this channel. Just go back and watch and like some videos if you hadn't. Again, make sure you subscribe, and thanks for watching. All right.